Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today it's time for 5 Under 5, hosted by Emily from Farm Charm Chic and special guest host Shannon from Shannon's Crafty DIYs. Links to the hosts and the playlist will be in the description box. Okay, for this first DIY, we're going to make large carrots. I have orange and white gingham from Dollar Tree, this cool like van Mackenzie Childs type fabric, and then this really cool farmhouse stripe, and we're going to use Fabric Fusion. I have this for my topper. It just says foliage. So I want these to be really big, and initially I did freehand just an angled line, but I think I want to clean this up and make it a really definite line because this is going to be my template for my carrots. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to fold this over. Let's see. Like I said, I freehanded this initial line, so I just want to clean it up and make it just a bit more definite. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold my fabric over on the right side and trace out my template. Once I get it cut, I'm going to use Aileen's Fabric Fusion to get this put together. You can sew it if you want, the whole carrot, or you can use hot glue, tacky glue if you've got it, just whatever adhesive you have. I like the Fabric Fusion because it's a permanent hold, and you can even wash whatever you've glued together and it won't come apart. So now that I have all three pieces cut out, I'm adding my glue not exactly on my cut line, just a little ways back. So once I add my folded over part on top of it and press it together, I won't have a lot of ooze, and I'll have a nice seam once I turn everything on the correct side. So normally for this glue, I'll leave it for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll work with it again. But for these, I just set them aside, and then like the next day, I came back and put them on the right side and just pushed the ends with like a ruler, and then something a little bit more narrow. And then I added my polyfill, and then I just folded over the top edge and started to sew it down, and then I put my stem in the middle, but I only did that for the first one. After that, when I found that it was easier just to put the stem in and then fold my fabric and just start to sew around it, so that I really had a good base for the stem to go in, and it was easier just to sew around the stem. And then once I finished sewing all of them, I went back and I added just a couple of drops of hot glue just to ensure that my stem was stable. And then I found in my stash this string that was a part of these wooden shelves from Dollar Tree. So I thought these would be really cute to add a little bow on top of each carrot. So you can split your carrots up and put them in different areas with some bunnies, or you can bundle them all together. So I'm just showing you here how these look all bundled with this mesh ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I've seen a lot of people are adding like bunny bait, a little tag to their carrots. I just have one of the little wooden bunnies and I thought that'd be cute just to add on the top. And these are so cute. I love the way they turned out. They're about like 15, 18 inches all together with the stem. So they're a really nice size, a nice eye-catching size, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. And I would love to know, what do you think of my jumbo fabric carrots? So for this DIY, I have a galvanized cross, one of the 3D wreath forms, and a bundle of flowers that came in a Michael's grab bag box. So I was thinking that I could add my cross inside this wreath form, and I'm just going to try to follow these directions on how to open this thing up. And yeah, easier than I thought. So I fumbled around with this thing and I almost gave up on this DIY, trying to open it up and attach this like aluminum piece to make it stand. So I flip it over and I try to attach it from the bottom up, and that kind of did help a bit. It was still kind of like wobbling, and some of the sections were closing up, so I just kept fiddling around with it, and eventually I got it semi put together on one end, and then I flipped it over and tried to add the aluminum on the other piece on the other end, but it would not stand up once I got them all pinched together on the sections. So then I just took one of the Dollar Tree drawer boxes and I just stuck it on top of that just so it would stand. And then I took my galvanized cross and I'm gonna attach this with some clear grip Gorilla Glue so I can really get a good sturdy hold. And I was hoping that this thing would not fall over and that I would, get it to be able to stay up on the box. So I add my Gorilla Glue, and then just to be on the safe side, I did add a little bit of hot glue. I know that hot glue and metal really don't like each other, but I was really wanting this to stay on. So just as like an extra precaution, I added a little bit of hot glue on top of that Gorilla Glue once it was set, just for a little extra. So I'm trying to pop the top off of these florals, and some of them wouldn't just pop off, so I just snipped them. And once I get them all taken apart, I just try to arrange the florals around the cross. Because they're from a grab bag, I mean, this is just whatever was in the box from Michael. So I was trying to get some colors that were kind of similar and looked kind of spring-like, and just arrange them around my cross, and hopefully that this thing would not fall over. And it was a little bit shaky. So I just arranged them all around, and I think it turned out really cute once I got all the flowers added. And I just tried to alternate kind of with the soft pink and that kind of fuchsia, and just get them to set up. And I had to separate the little rings a little bit more, but thank the Lord I did get it together. And then to cover up that metal piece on top, I took the last bit of this floral ribbon that I'd found at Dollar Tree and a little wire tie, and just tied it to the top just to cover up the little aluminum piece that was holding the top part open. And here it is, all completed. I didn't plan on originally having this box on the bottom, but to get it to stand up, that's what I had to do. I still think it turned out cute. Beautiful cross showing, surrounded by gorgeous florals. Okay, for this DIY, we're using bunny ornaments, silver plastic napkin rings from Dollar Tree, 6-pack, twine from Dollar Tree, white, lavender, and cameo pink. So I want to cover my plastic rings with my jute, and I'll have my bunnies. I'll have 2 in each of the colors. All, you know, you can do all white if you want, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of mix it up and have some cute pastels mixed in there with my white paint. So I'm gonna need 6 bunnies. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my bunnies painted, and while they're drying, I will be wrapping my cord around my napkin rings. So once I've finished my gluing, I just burn off the fuzzies with a lighter, and then I take my bunny and just hot glue it on the top and repeat that step for the next 5 napkin rings. And here are all 6 of my napkin rings. I think they turned out super adorable. I love this base of the jute and then the pastel bunnies on top. Jute can be used for so much more than just a farmhouse look. I really get like a Pier 1 type vibe with this jute wrapped around these. I think they came out so cute, and you can use them in a variety of decor styles. For this DIY, I have an array of silicone molds from Amazon, a wooden egg shape from Dollar Tree, white paint, air clay from Dollar Tree, and some gold metallic paint. So I want to start by covering my egg with white as a base, and then I'm going to use my air clay and just try out different molds to make some really cute Victorian accents for this egg. So I like this air clay. It really dries to like a foamy type consistency. It's super light, and I like using this because it sets up quicker than, say, the Sculpey clay that you would have to let set up overnight. So I didn't really know which mold I wanted to use, so I just tried out different shapes, and what I'm using now, I don't even end up using this in my final product, but I just kind of place things to see how they would look, and if I like them. So I'm just playing around until I decide on what I want as my final piece, and then I'll get those attached with Aleene's tacky glue. So once this had set up for several hours, I came back with some gold and a chippy brush from Dollar Tree just to make some of these clay accents really pop out. And then I added a bit of gold around the edge of the egg, and I think this turned out just gorgeous. Not a lot of detail, but just enough. And I love the look of a Victorian type egg, a shabby chic type egg. I'd love to know, what do you think of this? I think this came out so cute. And this last one is super simple. I have these window clings from Dollar Tree, some Mod Podge, and a Dollar Tree plate that I have used before with some window clings. It's kind of been through the ringer, but whenever I find nice window clings, this is a really easy way to update decor. It's just to slap a window cling onto an old plate that you know you're not going to eat from, and just add your Mod Podge and smooth out your bubbles. And super simple, that's it. This is such an adorable image. I love the florals and the eggs, these cute pastels. Such a cute little display. Let me know, what do you think of this plate? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, there is a playlist. I'll have a link to the playlist and both hosts in the description box. Have a blessed Easter season.